Hello, my name is Jared Fuller. How are you? This is a Sunday video update. Today is Cinco de Mayo, Sunday, May 5th, 2019. Joining me off camera this week, Dad and Amy. And if the sound quality sounds a little bit sharper, it's because I have a new microphone, as I have discussed in previous and prior Sunday video updates. This is the Blue Yeti. I got it yesterday when I was in Saginaw at Guitar Center. Dad's got a case of the coughs, and Amy, I don't know what she's doing over there. Oh, she's watching the news or reading news articles, or yeah. But this is a Sunday video update. I hope you all had a good week. Our week was, it was all right. So yeah, I decided to get this microphone yesterday from Guitar Center in Saginaw. It's actually not a bad mic. It picks up sound from, in the room around the microphone. Although I've watched demonstration videos of this, and I don't know how to get it to where it's only me. Although if I have Dad and Amy in the room, I don't want it to be only on me, unless, of course, I'm the only one here. But, you could probably hear that. It's a good microphone. I'm, still tinkering with it. I haven't figured out the basics of the microphone yet. But I'm learning. It's a learning experience. And, with the price, I better figure it out. But how was your week, Dad? Interesting, yeah. Yeah, people are, I don't know, we've been losing people left and right, it seems. My Uncle Rick, who had passed away in March, the neighbor who lived across the road from him had just passed away, a couple days ago?
On the 3rd.
Oh, on the 3rd, yeah, a couple days ago. What the hell is going on? Why is everybody leaving us? Yeah, his name was Rich, and he was a really nice guy. And my heart goes out to his son Corey and to his wife, and his family. Yeah, it's I don't know what's going on. Everybody's leaving us. Yeah, he was in his 50s. So before I went to Saginaw yesterday, I actually did something out of the ordinary that I typically don't do because I just don't do it. I went to a baby shower yesterday. It was my cousin's baby shower on my mom's side of the family, and just to see some cousins that I haven't seen in a long time. It was nice to see some old familiar faces. And because when I walked in, I walked in the middle of a bingo game that they had with the playing cards where they call off the 4 diamonds or 5 clubs, whatever. So I did that. I walked in the middle of that, and I could hear people whispering, "It's Jared Fuller. Do you know that's Jared Fuller who just walked in?" Yeah, it was me. I didn't mean to interrupt anybody's bingo game, but I did walk in the middle of it, and I was actually looking for my mother, because Mom said that she was going to be there. In fact, she asked me if I was going to show up in the first place, and sure enough, I did. She says, "Well, I didn't think you were actually going to show up." Well, why would you ask me then if you didn't think I was actually going to show up? I typically don't go to baby showers, but because it was on Mom's side of the family, and there's cousins I haven't seen in quite a long time, I figured, well, this would be, a grand opportunity to meet up with some old familiar faces. And of course, I had hellos and hugs coming at me from all different directions. So there's people who know me well, and they haven't seen me in quite a long time. They don't see me in public, which I'm kind of surprised by that, because I'm always out and about doing things. Maybe we just cross each other at different times, or, we are not meeting up at the same time, or you know what I mean. We're not seeing each other at the same time. But yeah, it's it was nice yesterday, and for a little while anyway. It was nice for a little while. And then I told Mom, I said, well, I'm gonna head out. I gotta leave. But
It was getting too deep in there.
yeah, it was. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm just going to say, for the sake of an argument, it got really weird really fast. But it, nonetheless, it was nice to see some people that I haven't seen in quite some time, and they recognized who I was, even with the mustache and the beard. It's like, that's Jared Fuller. No, they were whispering, yeah, it's me. But I had fun visiting with people, and that's that. But today it's supposed to be 72 degrees. It's going to be very, very warm. And seems it's such a nice day.
I'm going out bike ride today.
Yeah, Dad's taking off on the motorcycle, and I think Amy's going to be joining him. Are you going with him?
Yeah, if he wants me to.
And I figured this would be a nice time to remind all of you to visit GuideStar.org. GuideStar.org has a complete and comprehensive listing of all the 501c3 nonprofit organizations and LLCs approved by the federal government of the United States of America. Don't be fooled, don't be duped. Visit GuideStar.org today. And with that being said, I wanted to remind everybody that May is also Brain Cancer Awareness Month, which, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll notice that my profile is gray. My profile picture and my cover photo are gray. And so I'm doing that to honor my friends and people I would consider my family. I'm doing it to honor them and their children who have passed from brain cancer, or people who are just currently, going through that. So, yeah, May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. So if you have Facebook, share a gray ribbon or do anything you can to show your support, because support and awareness is extremely vital. Amy left us. Her phone rang. Someone was calling her. But May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month, and it is extremely important that you show your support and spread awareness as often as possible. Because, Dad knows that I've got a lot of friends whose kids have died from incurable brain cancer, and DIPG seems to top the list of deadliest brain cancers of all time. What's that? Any kind of cancer is bad, but May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month, and so I can only talk about brain cancer awareness. But it is, without a shadow of a doubt, DIPG is one of the worst. It is the deadliest. So please just show your support and help spread awareness as much as possible. I don't know what else there is to talk about. How about you? Anything going on with you?
Cousins?
Huh?
Seen your cousins lately?
Have I seen my cousins lately? Which ones?
How you kids?
I haven't seen them lately. I've been meaning to go up there, though, and visit with them, and I haven't seen them in such a long time. Are they down?
I'm not sure if they're going to be down today because I'm working, but
I thought they were down yesterday.
no, they never made it.
Oh, they didn't make it yesterday. I haven't seen a lot of my cousins on your side. Yesterday I seen lots of cousins on Mom's side. I actually did spend some time with my mother. She was down visiting from Wademan, Michigan. She was down, and I spent some time with her. We went to Owasso. We went shopping at Walmart in Owasso, and she invited me down down there to my stepdad's for burgers and hot dogs and potato salad and macaroni salad, and it was nice. It was a lot of fun. You know, and with Mom being the only surviving child from Grandma, you know, I want to try to spend as much time with my mom as possible, because it scares the living shit out of me that she's the only one who's left out of everybody. And, you know, I think about that a lot. And people ask me, well, why does that scare you? Why does that bother you? Because it fucking does. You know, I know that at some point you and Mom have to go. We all got to die. Eventually, we all got to go. But it's just the idea. It's stuck in the back of my mind that Mom is the last one out of 15 children. And that, you know, and then I have to think, because Mom's health hasn't been the greatest, and I have to think to myself all the time, what if something happens to Mom? Or if she goes in the hospital and I don't get there in time and it's too late by the time I get to her. That's a fear of mine, and I don't want to talk about that, but I have to. I have to acknowledge that at some point. Yeah, but I mean, I have to acknowledge that at some point. I can't avoid it. I can't circumvent it. So I have to acknowledge the fact that that is a possibility. Because her health hasn't been the greatest, and she just got out of the hospital not too long ago. But I worry about her a lot, and, you know, I don't want anything to happen to her. And, you know, so I try to spend as much time as I can with my mom. And,
As mother and father out there,
huh?
spend as much time with them
Yeah.
as you can.
Yeah, Mother's Day is coming up. And like Dad said, spend as much time as possible with your parents, because you're only going to have one of each ever in your whole life. But it's, and I hate to think about that, you know, the thought of losing my parents. But we're all going to go. We all have to go eventually.
That's why we try to prepare you for it, you kids for it.
You'll never be prepared for that.
I understand.
There is no real solid foundation of preparation for losing your parents. There's just none.
You know, everybody also says, Jared, that they got everything set for the funeral. All this. No, they don't.
You're never.
There's going to be that one little thing that you should have done, and you're never going to get.
You're never going to be substantially prepared for death, to lose someone that you love dearly. You know, I'm friends with lots of bereaved parents. Their children have died, and you know, their deaths were expected because they had DIPG. Excuse me. Their deaths were expected to happen because they had DIPG, which is the inoperable brain tumor. But you can never be substantially prepared to lose your children. I would never substantially be prepared to lose my child if I had children. I can't speak on behalf of those parents, though. I don't know how they think and feel, because I've never been in that situation. My mom and dad has never been in that situation, but I can talk very openly about what that is, because we've been through that. Not brain cancer, but cancer in general. And watching, you know, for my parents to watch their child go through that, they have done. And I was the child that had gone through it. But as far as anything else goes, like losing a child from that, we kind of draw the line there, because that's territory that we cannot speak about, because we've never been in that situation. And it would be dishonest and very, I would say intrusive, I guess, at some point, for me to talk about things that I can't talk about.
Did you say where Buddy Boy's dad worked?
Yeah, Buddy Boy, he was 9 when he passed away from DIPG. His dad works at Randy Wise Auto Group in Durand, Michigan. And yeah, he's helping people get a car, because I read his post on Facebook, and he said because of all the people who helped him during Buddy's fight with DIPG, it's his way of wanting to give back. He wants to help people get into a car. And I think that's amazing. That's wonderful. I love the Miller family with all my heart. I love Brad and Jenny, and they're awesome people, and they're two daughters are really super nice girls, and they've just been hit really extremely hard. And so Brad, you know, he's as tough as nails as far as I'm concerned. He really keeps it going. You know, he keeps going in this thing called life. And yes, I have no doubt that he, you know, he thinks of Buddy every day. Of course he does. It was his baby boy. It was his son. But he has this, I don't know how he does it. He keeps it going. He just keeps it going. He wakes up every day, you know, he keeps it going. And it's like, wow. You know, if I had that kind of, and I'm sure I do, but if I had that kind of courage and you know, just wherewithal to keep it going after being hit with such a heavy loss, I would be happy to be even half the man that Brad is. But yeah, so he works at Randy Wise Auto Group in Durand, and he's going to help some people get into their cars. He's going to help them because of all the people who have helped him and his family during Buddy Boy's fight with the IPG. I'm sure there's more to talk about. I can't think right off what I should be talking about.
Beautiful day. If you can, enjoy the outside today.
Yeah, if you live in Michigan, it's supposed to be, I think, 70 today.
It's already there, I think.
Really, really nice. A nice day to get out and enjoy the warm weather, and you know, make a day of it. Go on a Sunday drive, or get on the motorcycle and take off. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do. I'm just kind of grooving over this new microphone because I don't know. This is really cool. I had to do something else that I normally don't do in order to get this microphone, because I usually pay cash for everything, but I had to take a different route, and I'm kind of nervous about it, but I think it'll be okay. The way that I went about doing this. In order to get the mic, I think it'll be okay. But it is a rather dynamic microphone. I'm just not, excuse me, I'm just not really familiar with, you know, how to work it. I'm still tinkering with it a little bit. But it is a nice microphone. I really enjoy it. I like the look. It's called the Blue Yeti, but mine is black. And the ones that you see in the demo videos, typically those ones are gray. And mine's black. It's just, I didn't really have a preference on what color microphone I wanted. I just wanted to have an external mic, and I believe this is a condenser mic. But it's you know, it's a rather dynamic microphone, and there's a red light on the front of it. It's the mute button. It flashes when it's actually muted, and then there's like gain knobs on the back. So if I turn that up, I'll put the gain back on halfway, about. It's about halfway now. So yeah, it's a really dynamic mic. It'll probably change the tone of the background, because the higher the gain, the more you can hear, I believe. I'm still learning, so, you know, bear with me on this. I'll just put it back down to where I had it. I have it setting on a piece of styrofoam, the styrofoam that it came in, actually. So that way you could at least see the top of it. It's a pretty cool mic. I enjoy it. I'm, you know, learning and getting the hang of it, and yeah, it's not so bad. It's not a bad mic. So what are you doing today? You're going on the motorcycle?
Probably, but I got to fill up my bills.
Your what? Oh, your bills.
My money was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing today. I'll probably do the same. I won't get on a motorcycle, but I'll probably just hop in the van, take off. I don't know where I'm going to go, but
Beautiful day, I hope.
I'll think of something. Hopefully it won't take too long for the this video to upload to my YouTube channel. I've been doing okay as far as everything is concerned. As far as my health goes, I seem to be doing okay. You know, I haven't been spending a lot of time on Facebook, which I'm not ditching my friends. I'm not ignoring my friends. I just haven't spent a lot of time on Facebook. I've actually been out in the real world, experiencing real world events. And, you know, there's things that I've been doing that I don't always talk about on Facebook, and I probably won't even discuss here. But, yeah, I'm still doing my thing. I'm just not as vocal about it or outgoing about it. But there are people who probably eventually will find out, because I'm sure, you know, it'll get to one person, that person will tell that person, and so on and so forth, until eventually it gets out there that, oh, look what Jared Fuller's doing. You know, he's doing such and such. Yeah, I try to keep it, you know, under the radar. I try to keep a low profile. It doesn't always work, because I'm a very well-known person to a lot of people, for better or worse, but that's okay, because I'm still doing my thing. And, oh yeah, there was something actually, something else I wanted to talk about, because I used to go through a local store in Chesaning. It's an embroidery shop called Designs by Bean. And they are a very good store. I mean, I went through them for any number of years to get my bird shirts made for the Cancer Warriors, but they don't have the machine anymore to do that kind of work. So now I may potentially have to go all the way to Owasso to have the bird shirts made, which is fine, because I went to this new place in Owasso. It's called We Print Everything. It's on Ball Street, just north of the downtown area, for those of you familiar with Owasso. The lady there was very nice. We must have talked for an hour and a half. And she stood behind the counter, and of course the customer, I'm on the other side, and I was the only customer there. I was the only person there. We talked about everything. And we had just met, and we just carried on healthy, wonderful conversations. We talked about issues of today happening now. We talked about cancer. We talked about issues that I probably wouldn't even discuss on Facebook, to be frank. And I probably wouldn't even discuss it here, although I've given tidbits of, you know, my personal opinions and ideas about things like abortion and gun rights and things like that. Although I don't think I've ever really talked much about abortion, not publicly. But to this lady who works there at We Print Everything, she and I had a healthy discussion about abortion and politics and gun ownership and gun rights and things like that. And she's a very nice lady. I didn't think I would have stood there for an hour and a half discussing these things with her. But we talked like we were long lost friends, and it's like, wow, this is very nice to have an intellectual conversation with someone who may agree or disagree, and you know, we could disagree on things and still get along and be friends, which I think is also healthy. But we stood there, you know, or I stood there for about a half an hour, and I just talked with this lady, and she was so nice and so down to earth, and she laughed at my jokes, and you know, we had some other people come in. I think it was one of her coworkers, and 3 of her children came in, and it's like, ankle biters, you know, and just very nice people there. And, you know, I may potentially be doing business through them, called We Print Everything. It's located on Ball Street in Owasso, just north of downtown, which would be about, I'd say, a block north of, I think, Exchange Street, a couple blocks north of M21. You know, like I said, for those of you familiar with Owasso, it's in the downtown area, but I think it would be just north of downtown. But yeah, the lady was really super nice. and I forget her name. Her name escapes me. I think she said Chris. I could be wrong. I can't remember her name, but anyway, she was a very nice lady, and I'm looking forward to doing business with We Print Everything, and I'll have some more bird shirts made. So Dad, I think he went to the bathroom. Amy's in the bedroom. So now it's just me blabbing. I don't know what else was happening. We did have an actor pass away last week, Peter Mayhew. Peter Mayhew was Chewbacca in the Star Wars franchise. He was 74. And I don't know if there were any other celebrity deaths. I don't believe there were. I think it was just Peter Mayhew, unless there were others and I'm just not, it's not clicking. Peter Mayhew, I think, was the only one. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, everything's good, I've been living and talking to people and hanging out with friends. I've only been here for 25 minutes. Seems longer than that. Probably because there's not much to talk about other than I was in Saginaw yesterday, Owasso the day before. I went to a baby shower yesterday before I went to Saginaw. Oh, okay, Dad was in the bathroom because I can hear the door open now. He's coming back in here. So maybe he can help me out on some things to talk about because I totally, ran out of things to talk about. Yeah. Well, I mentioned I went to this printing shop in Owasso where they print T-shirts and posters and banners and things. I must have stood there and talked with this lady for an hour and a half. Just talking about general issues like abortion, gun rights, politics, things like that. We were just talking like long-lost friends, like nothing.
Did you mention about beans?
Yes, I did. Yeah, because they don't have the machine. They can't. It's expensive. It's cost-worthy,
I wish I knew Ike was into that yet.
Oh, your buddy Ike, yeah.
He owns his own business.
He has his own silk screening and embroidery, I think, business.
Yeah, good guy, too.
I guess is what you'd call it, silk screening and embroidery.
Good guy. Good friend.
But yeah, there's been some changes. Some things have been happening. Again, today, I don't know what my plans are today. Hopefully I'll get to talk to my girl, Ruth. I haven't heard from her in a while, and she's been having breathing trouble again, problems with her breathing. And, she's a Wilms tumor child, a cancer survivor like I am, but she's had a long history of health problems after, the battle with Wilms tumor. And I contacted her on Facebook, and I said, well, do you think maybe we could talk on the phone or do a video chat on Sunday? She says, well, if I'm feeling up to it, because I haven't been feeling well. Okay, that's understandable. And if you're not feeling up to it, we don't have to do it. But I haven't heard from her in a long time. And it is, a lot of it has to do because she works.
Right.
And, she works and she may not be feeling well, and she just wants to come home and rest and relax. And that's fine. But on the days that she gets off, I'm kind of thinking, well, what's going on? I don't know what's going on because we never talk. So I don't know if she's okay. I don't know if she's not okay. I don't know what her current health status is. I don't know anything because, honey, you don't reach out to me. Jerry Bear, here. I need to hear from you sometime. I reach out to you. I got to hear from you. I want you to reach back to me once in a while. Yeah, I want to know how you're doing, and I doubt if she watches my Sunday videos, but
If she does,
I love you. If you watch my videos, I love you, and I want to hear from you. It goes both ways. If you're feeling up to talking to me, don't wait for me to get a hold of you first. I want you to reach out to me. Not to be mean or anything, but that's how relationships work. And although I haven't been in a relationship in quite a long time, so I'm also getting back into the swing of the dating scene as well. Oh, and she comes back out long enough to go to the bathroom. Fucking unsociable. Fucking unsociable. I see how it is. That's all right. Remember that, woman. So you ordered pizza last night, and I had already eaten when I was in Saginaw last night. I went to Taco Bell. Now, how I had to get this microphone, I didn't want to get into specifics, but I usually pay cash when I buy things, and how this is set up, for me to pay for this, I'm kind of leery about it. And I know that we've had...
I told you what you have to do. Once that's paid off, $100 and some dollars.
Yeah.
You're done. You don't owe me another dime.
Because I'm not, they were...
Once you get that, your credit's good with them. You can go in there anytime and get anything.
Right. But they were talking about line of credit, and I'm not familiar with line of credit because I've never had a line of credit.
Line of credit means...
I just pay cash for what I want.
Line of credit means that they'll give you up to $600. You pay that off, they'll give you another line of credit, which may be more than $600.
But I don't have to pay the $600, right?
No, you don't have to pay the $600. No.
I just pay what...
line of credit up to $600. You can go up to $500, $300. That's what you pay off. You don't owe another dime.
So basically, like they give me a line of credit of $600, and so far all I owe is $182. So I make because it's 6 payments.
And if you make one payment, pay it all off. Then
6 payments of $30 a month, which is nothing burgers. I can pay $30 a month.
That's $180.
Yeah. Because when they you've been approved a credit line of $600. Well, do I have to pay the $600?
That makes your credit go up more.
Yeah.
What it is, see, like me, I got credit scored or credit things up to 1,000.
Yeah, credit
I
lines.
have to use that. I
Right.
can use $100 of it.
So I could have done more shopping at there and could have added it to that line of credit, and then whatever the payment, it would make the payment go up.
Right.
It would make the payment go up,
Yeah.
but
But you just got that small payment.
yeah, I just got that small payment, $30 a month for 6 months. See, because I wasn't really sure how that worked. It's like
How that works.
I can't pay back $600. No. You don't have to pay back the $600. However much of that $600 that you use, that determines your payment for the month. But they're going to mail me some information, and I hope they can accept a money order, because that's the only way I can pay. I don't write checks. I don't have, I don't do any of that stuff. I do money orders, or I pay with cash. Yeah, I didn't want to really get into specifics of it, but just to kind of give an idea, for those of you who may be curious, Guitar Center, they do allow you to make payments on things if you don't have the cash to pay it then. They run a credit check, and if approved, they give you a line of credit, and then, whatever you buy, they just make the payment. You have to make the payment like over 6 months or however long they give you. $30 a month for me is like I said, it's nothing burgers. I can afford $30 a month. And once I get that paid off, hey, Scruffy. It's nice out. Why can't they be outside anyway? But anyway, I can afford $30 a month. These dogs are so feisty. So feisty. But it is a cool mic. I was hoping I could have got like a scissor arm for this microphone instead of the stand, because you can't really see the stand, and I could have it right up to my mouth, right like this, and then you could hear me even better. But I have it on a microphone, or a microphone, listen to me. I have it on the styrofoam that it came packaged in, and I'm using that as a stand so you can see the very top of the mic. But yeah, that's what I had to do because I didn't have the cash on me yesterday, so I was approved a line of credit, and I just have to make payments. That's all. Because my dad had done that too. Like, he went to Best Buy in Saginaw, and he was approved a line of credit. He got a laptop computer, which he still uses. He was approved a line of credit to get the laptop. He had to just make the payments over, however much it came to, he had to make the payments of that particular amount over a span of so many months. And he got that paid off, and that's that. He got it paid off. It helped sharpen his credit, and that's how it works. I'm a man of my word. I don't go through on something if I know I can't do it. Which I try to be financially savvy, in that part of life. But I know a lot of people who they're not. They think they can get away with not making payments, borrow money, not paying back, and, well, there goes your credit. No, I'm a man of my word. If I borrow money, I return it. I pay it back. So that's just the kind of guy I am, Mr. Responsible. I haven't been here very long. I've been here for about, I hate squinting my eyes. I've been here for 35 minutes, or a little over. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, somebody help me pay my bills.
Someone help you pay your bills. I'm doing okay, though. I'm doing fine. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook as much over the past couple days. I'm not on Facebook now. I mean, my account's active. I just don't check it as much as I used to. Even when I was out and about yesterday, I would swipe through Facebook. I would react to, posts. I would comment, and then I just put the phone down. I wouldn't inundate myself with things that would upset me. And I'm getting better at it. I'm learning to enjoy life outside of Facebook, and I remember how important it is to meet up with people in physicality and enjoy the time that I have with people in physicality, because it seems more authentic and sincere and realistic, and Facebook is unrealistic and not authentic. It's electronic, which could never hold a candle. It's not the same thing. And so, I think I'll keep the Sunday video short and sweet this week, because there's really nothing much else to talk about. I've kind of talked about all I wanted to talk about. How was your week, Amy?
Rocky,
Rocky,
but I'm still here.
That's right. Still here.
Which sometimes I wasn't, but...
Well, I have those feelings too. There's times I wish I was somewhere else, not here. But there's a reason that I'm here yet.
Yeah, that's what I say too.
Maybe it's just we're built for this, as they say. We're built for this, and it'll be fine, huh?
You don't want any of this?
Pizza?
Find something out on it.
I don't want pizza.
Amy,
No,
I'm gonna get your dog now.
go for it.
Hey, Dad, give the pizza to the dogs. Okay.
I'll enjoy it.
Oh yeah, they'll enjoy it. But I might take off today too. I think a bike ride, get out into the fresh air, and you guys.
And put your visors down so your hands don't get
Yeah.
burnt because the sun out.
Yeah. I think it'd do you some good to get out of here for a little while, Amy. Get on the motorcycle, you and Dad. Spend some time to yourselves and just ride around. I'm probably going to take off today too.
My mind is just not here.
Yeah, either is mine lately. It's been a long week.
Dad and I figured out last night I've been messing up on my medicines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking my night medicine during the day, and then taking my morning meds at night.
Oh.
And we also found out that I was abusing my Ativan.
Oh. That's not good.
No. I keep trying to tell him I need to go for that motel room, but yeah, I just need yours.
I take medicine. I take an antidepressant. I take an antidepressant, Lexapro. Everybody knows this. I'm not a fan of medicine. I don't like to take medicine if I don't have to. Some things I can just, I can coast through life without medicine. But, if you need it, you need it. And there's no shame in taking antidepressants or something that's going to help you to get through things. And I know there's an attached stigma, and people like to use that against you because you take an antidepressant or whatever. But let me be the first to say that I take an antidepressant. Well, maybe not the first. But let me say that I take an antidepressant. It's called Lexapro. I don't like to take it, but I have to take it. And if it's going to help me, I'm going to keep taking it. And to the people who have something negative to say about people who are on antidepressants or medicines that help to counteract the chemical imbalance in the brain, if you have anything negative to say about that, go fuck yourselves. Because there may be a moment in time when you need to be reliant or dependent on an antidepressant medication to help you get through troubling times. Because for me, I've taken anything from chemotherapy right on down the line to OTC cough suppressant and everything in between. So my whole life has been medicine, which is why I have the knowledge and the wherewithal to talk about childhood cancer. I can talk about chemotherapy. I can talk about after effects from chemo. I can talk about all those things very openly. Now, like I said, I take an antidepressant, Lexapro. A lot of people have told me, or they've warned that, Jared, don't mention out loud to anybody that you take an antidepressant because then your haters are going to use that against you. Let them fucking do it. I don't care. Because I know what I need to do to make myself feel better and to get through times that are difficult and strenuous. And like Amy, she said that, my mind is not with it. My mind is somewhere else. And I agree with her, and I understand exactly where she's coming from. We all have those days. And, we take antidepressants and things like that to get through troubling times.
And other pills.
And other pills. Dad takes blood pressure and water pills, and he takes, he's 61 years old. Sorry, Dad. He's 61 years old, and he's at the age where he takes medicine, and we all take medicine in this house. But the stigma attached to taking antidepressants, anybody who has anything negative to say about that can go to hell. Because antidepressants help people. And I'm so sick and tired of the stigma that's attached to, oh, well, he takes an antidepressant. He must be a Looney Tune. No, I'm not a Looney Tune.
Or it's all in your mind.
Yeah, it's all in your mind. Well, of course it's all in my fucking mind. Of course it is. That's why I take the medicine. Congratulations, you've managed to figure this out all by yourselves. You've managed to figure out the answer. It is in our minds. That's why we fucking take it. So, if you're someone who takes an antidepressant and you get a lot of shit from people for taking it, you know what? I'll defend you. You keep taking your medicine. If it helps you, do it.
Have you been through what I've been through?
I'm not suggesting that you abuse medicine. Like, don't eat it like candy or don't drink it like it's beer. Although a beer doesn't sound bad. But I can't do that. If I'm taking, yeah, I know you drink enough on your birthday, but I'm saying I can't drink beer if I'm on medication. But if you're using it appropriately as directed or as needed, keep doing it. And if it helps you, keep doing it.
And I know that people that did take it for it, and I agree. Yeah, they need to take it because once they take it, you see a whole different person.
Yeah, they change. It's the chemical imbalance. You know, it changes. The medicine helps to alleviate that. And like I said, I take Lexapro. It's an antidepressant. I don't have a problem saying that publicly on my videos or elsewhere. I tell my friends all the time that I take an antidepressant. And there's people who've told me, they've come right out and told me, my friends. So you know what? I take an antidepressant too. Yeah. Or I used to take an antidepressant. I've learned how to better manage my depression or my mental problems. And I'm so sick of this idea that there's something wrong with trying to make yourself healthy.
Oh, it's all in your head.
There's nothing wrong about trying to make yourself better. Nothing.
Or they'll say it's mind over matter. Or you don't need to take
and
that.
And I'm so sick and tired of these people who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and they think they have the answers to everyone's problems. So if you have the answers to everyone's problems, why don't you become a fucking doctor? And that way, I will come and see you and pay you, or you can bill my insurance. I'll come and see you. Seems you know everything about everything. It's just like my grandfather. He does the same shit. Well, you don't need to be on that stuff. Or you know what? You don't know what I go through every day either. You don't live with me. And if I need it, I need it.
That's just like people smoking weed. My
Yeah.
dad, for a long time, said, well, why do you smoke? Well, he found out why my one half-brother did it.
Stepbrother.
He was in pain. He had cancer.
Yeah.
He never once never knew that.
You know,
until the day he found out he passed.
And I have nothing at all against people who smoke pot. Nothing. If you need it, you need it. If it helps you,
It mellows people out.
if it helps you, take it. You know, smoke it.
They give it to babies. They give the oils to
Yeah,
babies.
the CBD oils and the I don't know. There's other.
Just don't use it to get high.
Yeah.
Don't use it stupid.
Yeah, like recreational. I mean, even if you do smoke it recreationally, like if you're an adult and you smoke it just to,
Responsible we go.
you know, if you're a responsible adult and you smoke it just to get high and,
Well, that's your business.
okay.
That's your business.
I know lots of people who smoke it for fun just to get the high.
That's your business.
Oh.
But
No.
also other things.
You know, if it helps you, use it. But as far as popping pills or shooting up or anything like that, fuck no. I will not pop pills. I have never popped pills. I've never shot up.
Take medicine and that's what you take.
I have never done any of the hard stuff. I've smoked weed before. I used to smoke pot.
But
I smoked a lot of it for a short period of time. I don't do it anymore. I haven't in a long time.
I don't do it.
I don't need it.
I was a kid once. I used to do it when I was in high school to get high.
I think everybody has tried it at least once. Even your dad, ooh, that was loud. Even Grandpa, he says, well, I never touched the stuff. Yeah.
Okay, he never touched it, but he drank a lot.
Yeah. And okay, you were around in the 60s. Everybody in the 60s was doing something.
Back when we had jeans, elephant pants, blue jeans,
Everybody was doing something funky in the 60s.
psychedelic, man.
Up was down and down was up in the 60s. You know, I wasn't around then, but I know some of the things, the counterculture, you know, like the hippie movement
Power to the people.
and flower power and the summer of love, all the hippie shit.
Yep.
Everybody was doing something back in those days. And my grandpa was in his 30s, I believe, when in 1969, he just turned 30. So right at the tail end of the 60s. Yeah. You know, I mean, come on. You know, don't try to get all self-righteous with
It
me.
wasn't like they were hiding it.
No, they weren't hiding it, and that was the crime. I think that's the crime now, is that you have to hide it. The crime is that you have to hide it.
Woodstock, they used to do it.
It's not so much the fact that you possess it, it's the fact that you have to hide it.
Go to Detroit. One of their concerts once down there. You walk right out on the yard.
You're talking about DTE,
Yeah. You go down
which is in Clarkston. It's not Detroit.
On a blanket.
That was in Clarkston, not Detroit. I was there for Creedence Clearwater Revival. CCR.
That was bad. That was bad.
And the reefer was strong. The smell of reefer was, wow.
You get away from it, you go someplace else.
Yeah, and we were all sitting on a hill, this great big hill. It's an incline. And it's like, oh my God.
It was good, though.
What a fucking night that was.
We got high, but they were great, though.
No, it was awesome. It was electric. It's like, what a fucking night this was. But it was strong. It was you could smell it.
We all had a good time, but I didn't get high. But
I didn't get high either, but it was
cool to just sit there like back in the 60s and Woodstock and watch.
I wasn't around in the 60s. I'm talking about when we went to the concert in Clarkston.
Oh yeah, I love that concert. Walk into the bathroom and oh boy.
She come right out at the right time to say, yeah, I love that concert there at Clarkston. Yeah. That was a wild night, but I loved it. But it was just like I was telling the viewers here, about smoking pot or taking antidepressants. If it helps you, take it.
No, if I would have known you could have had it on the grounds at fucking CCR, I would have made sure I had some.
Yeah.
It would have made the concert even a little bit better.
But I didn't get high. I didn't get a contact high or anything, but...
No.
That's all right. I don't smoke it anyway. I don't smoke it anymore, and I can't stand the smell of it.
I'm sorry. I am one that favors it all the way.
Well, I mean, don't be sorry about favoring it. I'm talking about the people, like, the antidepressants. I was just talking about that the stigma that's attached.
Sorry to interrupt, Jared, with that quote, but my quote to marijuana is, it was back in the Indian and cowboy days.
Yeah.
And then it was before them. So why put a grudge on it now?
It's natural to the earth.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that door open, Jerry.
It comes natural. Yeah, but now I'm dark.
Oh.
You put him in the dark.
I don't want to be in the dark.
No, he's in the light.
How dare you put me in the dark, meanie.
Playing games, even if it's the word game that you normally play.
I'm
filling out money orders and can't play.
But yeah, enough talk about pot. But we're going to be heading out here shortly. It's almost noon. I've been here for about 55 minutes. Just under an hour. So, I don't know what else to talk about. I pretty much maxed out my topics that I wanted to discuss this week. Dad, he's looking at a cell phone.
No, I'm playing our game.
He's playing a game. Playing a game. I don't know what game it is. What? Slots?
Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble.
Scrabble. 110, she only got 60.
Dad's good at Scrabble. I don't know what's coming on. On the 15th, 10 days from today, I have an appointment in Lansing. I've talked about this in previous Sunday video updates. I have an appointment to see Dr. Scott, and I have a list of questions that I want to ask him. They're somewhere around here. But, yeah, at 3 o'clock, and I had a talk with a mom of a cancer warrior who lives not too far from Lansing, and we had made plans that if her son is feeling up to it, I can come down for a visit after my appointment. And we're going to go play at the park, and we're going to make a day of it. We're going to have fun. So I'm looking forward to the 15th. There's a lot going to be happening on that day. Hopefully I get some answers to some questions that I have. And, you know, I miss the little guy. You know, he's only 5 years old. He's battling leukemia. And, you know, it's been a bumpy road for him, too. He's had problems with constipation and fevers and throwing up. And it's part of that. It's part of the battle. And his mom, God love her, she shares all of the raw details on Facebook. And that's the way it should be. That's one way of raising awareness to childhood cancer. Because, or what to look for, but to show people who are indirectly affected, the people who are on the outside looking in, we're showing those people, this is what childhood cancer is. And we hope that you never have to go through this, because it's not a cakewalk. It's no laughing matter. This is serious business. And if fate puts you in that position to where you are now a parent of a cancer warrior, now this is what you can expect. So, and I love her to pieces. I love that kid to pieces. And I can't wait to see him. Hopefully he'll be feeling okay on the 15th so I can come down and hang with him at the park. She needs an envelope up there. Up
where I can't reach.
Because you fucking short people.
5'2". I was 5'3" when I moved in.
Short people. Where would we be without him? I don't know, because I can't see him.
I'll give you the swollen one there.
See, and I don't know if anybody can hear Dad and Amy in the background, because this mic is something else. To fill out the envelope, and it needs a stamp.
Yeah. This here, I need wrote on the envelope.
Oh, goodness.
All this here.
He's helping her with bills, or she's helping him, or whatever.
No.
I like this microphone, though, because it picks up everything.
My hand is killing me just doing...
Is it your carpal tunnel?
I do not know, Jared. I have not had it looked at yet.
You better.
They say it's carpal tunnel on this side, but I don't know. Look at how bad that's gotten.
It's too much of this. Too much of the texting. You're using those opposable thumbs.
Those 3 fingers.
Yeah. Okay, Dad. Okay. That's.
I'm telling you, Jared, I need to go get it looked at, but I understand he doesn't want to sit at ER forever, but there are urgent cares.
Yeah. I don't care for a Wausau hospital, personally. I don't know. I was born there at Memorial. They got that right. I don't know how they did, but they did. They seem to get everything else wrong. But anywho, it is getting close to noon. It's like 5 to noon. Oh, I've been here for about an hour, and I'm going to wrap this up, get heading out the door. Dad and Amy, they're going to be taking off on the motorcycle. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'll probably just get in the van and drive somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to drive to, but I'll figure something out. So, huh? You know, I thought about that, seeing if Heidi and Elwood was home, because I haven't been up there. I haven't been up there in quite a while. Or if I don't go and visit, I'll probably just ride around, just, you know, go to different places. But that's about it for this week's edition of the Sunday Video Update. My name is Jared Fuller. I thank you so much for watching. Dad and Amy, Dad's busy filling out an envelope, I think, or doing something. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. If Amy were out here, she'd tell you to peace out, everybody. And Dad, I don't know, Dad, any last words?
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Enjoy the weather.
Yes, supposed to be in the 70s today. Not the decade, the temperature. Much love to all of you. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful Cinco de Mayo. I don't know if they're having any celebrations or festivities today.
They had one in Saginaw.
They had one in Saginaw. They had the antique car show at, I think it was out on Ojibwe Island. They do that every year. But yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo, and have a wonderful week. I'm going to spin out of here. Peace out. Take care.